So I've had this idea for a while now to do a show where I just kind of draw and uh, and I talk while I draw, just all in real time. And I've seen a lot of people online do a thing where they'll do a drawing and then they'll speed it up to like a 10-minute video and then they'll just do commentary over top of that so they don't have to worry about talking while drawing. And I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say that's probably easier to do, and probably honestly more digestible. But I want to try this. I want to try drawing, doing it all in real time, and just kind of seeing how that goes. And we'll see about it. So, what I want to draw today, and I've got some references lined up over here in this other window, is fan art I recently watched for the movie podcast we did, Wizards by Ralph Bakshi, which is an animated movie from the 70s. It's it was pretty cool. I definitely dug kind of like the aesthetic of it. It was neat. I had a lot of problems with it as well, and if you'd like to hear me talk more in depth about the film itself, and hear me list my grievances and my co-hosts, defend the film, go watch, the movie episode of our podcast. Should be on this channel. And but while narratively, the movie was a B movie in all rights for certain reasons, I think. The aesthetic I was kind of on board with. It was a very neat look to the whole thing. And so, let's see. It definitely invoked a certain kind of feeling that I liked a lot. So I decided to do some fan art of it because I did like the aesthetic again, which is old D&D style fantasy stuff. Like I said, it's from the 70s, so geez, how do I even... I'm not starting with Avatar. I don't know how to translate him. Start with Eleanor. she's more in line with what I usually draw, so so yeah, these are the main four characters of that movie: Avatar, Eleanor, Weehawk, and Peace. And they're a cool cast, so I'm gonna do some art of them if I can manage. Excuse me if I'm like a little rough and I end up correcting myself a lot. It's been a minute since I properly drew anything. I haven't sat down with a computer to draw something in weeks, I guess. And I completely forget how to draw, I suppose. So we're gonna do her first. Let's try to I'm just gonna do the figure, and if it's not like properly scaled, I'll change it in a minute. But I'm just like having a hard time with this right now. The scaling on these guys is gonna be difficult because they're all... I mean, look at Avatar. He's this weird little cartoon dwarf dude. He's not a dwarf, but like, he's got that old cartoon little guy with the big feet thing going on, which I don't really... It's gonna be hard to translate into my style, but I'm gonna try my damnedest. Eleanor, I don't know. This ain't thick enough, is it? Ain't quite thick enough. Let's see what we can do. So she's gonna be standing right there. Yeah, that pose is weak. It's boring to look at. So try something else. Something a bit more, I don't know. I kind of just want to have them all standing there like a lineup, but they gotta. So it'll be a head-on angle, ideally, but their poses have to be a bit dynamic, right? So let's give her like a. She's like leaning on Avatar. I won't be able to like sketch in that arm properly until I get him. So which shoulder would be up? Would it be? No, because he's so short. He's gonna be right here, by the way. This is probably gonna be terribly boring to watch, but I don't know. I want to try this out, see how people like it. If it gets bad reception, I just won't fucking do it again. There you go. Okay. Yeah, okay, so have the alternating hip to the shoulder. Again, I'll rescale this as needed. Oh, no, that's not right, because she's leaning this way. Okay, fuck. Excuse all that. I hope that Control-Z sound isn't super loud on the microphone, because you're going to be hearing it a lot. Okay, yeah, that's a much better, because you got this line of action. Okay, cool. So you still have that hip kind of be like the higher one. Let's make the legs make sense, which they don't, do they? Let's go with this, see where we end up. This arm, so that would be like, and then this other one would be kind of like that, right? But let's get her in position before we try translating her into how her figure interacts with Avatar. That's always been something I kind of struggled with a lot. It's like you know, I think every artist does, is drawing characters together and like referentially to each other, make them make sense, especially if they're like touching and interacting. That's super hard to understand. It's easy to learn how to. Well, it's not easy to learn, but it's like the first step to learn how things act on their own, and then the way they interact. That's a bit more difficult to figure out, kind of, right? So let's try to. I'm gonna have to rescale fucking everything. I don't know. Alright, so we've got her figure sketched in, so let's go back over to Avatar for a minute and get his, like, what the fuck is even going on here with this guy? You know, I don't understand his anatomy. I don't think there's much to understand. What's the height difference? I guess I can just bullshit it. You know what, I'm not even gonna worry too much about his anatomy, because I mean, they didn't, I guess, right? So he's got fucking big mustache. Okay, so like fucking his hat, right? Like, he's got the the weirdest little, simple, honestly, design, I guess. Just obviously like a little fantasy wizard dude. So but I want it to be a bit more interesting, because I don't know, that little detail doesn't like sit well with. Okay, I like those eyes. Okay, those hooded under the hat eyes. Give his hat a little. Okay, and it's gonna need to be like that if Eleanor is leaning on him, I guess, right? So they're squished down at the top. So it's got a little star on it. His design is exceedingly simple, which is fine, I guess, but like not my thing. So I'm not gonna worry too much about Avatar. Obviously, I'm gonna try to translate it well and do it justice, but let's see. A bit more beard, right? Yeah. Look at his big old club feet. How am I gonna... What am I gonna do about that? His arms. Okay, I need to worry a little bit about his anatomy. So let's just make him a little stocky dude. I'll have to borrow from this style a little bit. So let's see. He's got the vest and the robe, and that's about it. Let's use a little vest on. Yeah, more like that, more like that. Okay. God, these sketches are a bit messier than usual because like I'm doing something so unfamiliar. But this is a good learning experience, I think. I think this will be good for me. This fucking robe. This looks so silly. I am going to attempt to do like a more serious take on this in my slightly more realistic own style. Like I don't do fucking hyper realism or anything, but you know, it's not, you know, 70s cartoon style, I would say. He's just standing there, isn't he? I gave Eleanor kind of a dynamic pose, and like he's got like nothing going on. Like nothing at all. So I don't know. What if we crossed his arms? What if we crossed his arms over his chest? That would be enough, right? So let's drawing crossed arms is difficult. So let's see. Especially with his big old meaty dwarf hands. Let's try that. Alright, he has little gloves there. He's got to have his other arm. His other arm's got to kind of come up so I can tuck under that one. Yeah. Okay, I have that. Is this correct? Sure. What did I do wrong? Where? Okay. That's where I made my mistake. Okay. All right. That looks like dog shit, doesn't it? So let's fix that arm up a little bit, bring it down. I can't wait to be done with the sketches and get down to doing line art to clean this up, make it look less grody. Oh, there we go. That's not so bad, right? Have his little fingers coming out there a bit. Is that silly? Yes. All right. Yeah, like that. Like the. Yeah, that's enough of like a. Okay. Let's have that arm overtake that one a little bit right there. So, okay, then bring his vest back into the mix here. Oh, fatten this arm out to match the other one a bit. Okay. And his hat's always flopping downwards, isn't it? Make him look old and haggard, I guess. Why's he got a star on it? That's so strange. I guess I didn't really add much to this design at all. That robe looks so strange to me. Something very odd about it. But I could not tell you what. I could not begin to tell you what's wrong with it. Let's see. So where would his legs be starting at? Like right here. He's got What a freak. He's got huge old club feet. All right. Oh, hey, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. Hey, that's not bad at all. Okay, cool. It's big old club feet. So then his robe, let's have his robe be a bit shorter, and we'll see like some pants maybe peek out from under it, like more like that maybe. Yeah. Not as true to the original. Should I value that more? Perhaps. Let's have him, kind of looking up at Eleanor, and that'll add a bit to what's going on here. Let's fix his mustache up a little bit. It's a bit uneven. You know what? It's not pictured here in my references, but in one of the first scenes, he's smoking a big old cigar. Why don't we give him a big old cigar? I think he was holding that cigar with his giant club feet. I'll just put it in his mouth where it belongs. That's what she said. Excuse me. All right. Okay, we're starting to make progress on this. We are really, this was, I was a bit nervous about, excuse me, how obviously like weird this was going to be to translate. And it still is. This is not my finest work, but maybe when we get to the other guys, they'll be a little bit more, more my speed. So he's got a little star on his hat, doesn't he? So should we just put a little star on there? Should we try to, I don't know, detail that up a little bit? Because I want to try to pack details onto this guy. I'm not sure how much detail I can give to Avatar without changing his design entirely, like I did down here. So what to do about the star? Let me put it on this ridge here. Little circles. Hey. A little bit of design flair right there, huh? Is how you like that? Is it stupid looking? It's probably kind of stupid looking. Style that back a little bit here. Just give it like that. Maybe these. Maybe. No, not those. Give him a bit more hat. Doesn't have enough hat going on. Still doesn't have enough hat going on. All right. Taking it from the top. All right, yeah. All right, round things up by finishing off his giant monster club feet. Okay. This one's angled wrong over here, ain't it? I think those are about the same size, right? Bring that one back a bit. Okay. I hope to get these sketches done. I'm gonna have to break here in a bit to go record the podcast proper. This week we're doing that today. We always do it on Sundays. This was the first chance I got to sit down and start doing this, so I took it. I'll probably have to come back to it after we record the proper episode of the podcast, which is in about a half an hour. So, can he get the sketches done in half an hour? Not fucking likely, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try. So, let's dial it back here and see how this looks mirrored. That's something you gotta keep checking. That something's wrong about Eleanor's head, but we can fix that as we go. His feet. Yeah, that last foot I just did, something's wrong with it. It doesn't look like it exists on the same plane. There's the issue. Okay, so I'll fix these toes up a bit. Need to give him some ankle bones too. You'd probably see his ankle bones. That's a bit more fucking whatever, I guess. Yeah, these sketches are so rough and dirty looking, and I just cannot wait to get down to cleaning them up in the line art. Okay. Some folds to his hat there as it goes down. Crease right there. Have a little bit of wisp of beard coming out from under his arms right there. Not bad, not bad. Might come back to fix some of him up in a minute, because I don't know how happy I'm going to be with him and how much he's going to match up to what I'm about to do here. So we got Eleanor's shape, her pose sketched in. So let's, now that we've got Avatar down, we'll put her arm up on his head like we said we'd do. There's her hand. Okay. Get a bit more detail going on in here. Get a bit more thickness. Eleanor's much thicker than I sketched her out to be. I think somehow, despite, there she is, let's roll over to her references. I think this movie was rated PG, despite the fairy nipples. 70s were a different time. Okay, let's erase some of our guidelines in here so we can get around properly. Try to just get things ironed out. Do that from scratch, okay. Get these out of here. All unnecessary lines must go. Let's hide this formation layer right now. Okay, so made the bend of the arm too high. It should be lining up more with the waist. Okay. Bringing her feet. Oh. I'm trying to keep talking. I'm trying to have something to say. And this is why people don't do it in real time. It's because it's hard to keep yourself talking for the hours it takes to do something like this. So, excuse me if I go quiet and focus for a moment or something. I'll try to just monologue about what I'm doing. And for anybody who's not familiar with wizards, I guess, unlikely that you clicked on this video without having some knowledge of it, but maybe you just came for the art, in which case, thank you. But, so, Ralph Bakshi was an animator and, animated filmmaker from the 70s. We talked a bit about him in our movie podcast, and Wizards is one of Zed, my co-host's, favorite movies, so. And it had been on my list for years, but I just never got around to watching it, and I knew he would want to talk about it in that episode of our podcast, so I went ahead and watched it. And, like I said, there were things to like about it. It didn't blow me away. It wasn't. There are reasons that this movie did not break into the mainstream. But if you're seeing my references over here and you're like, this is an aesthetic I like, then go check it out, because the aesthetic I appreciate it. It's got that, like I said, old school D&D feel. I got the same kind of feeling from this movie aesthetically as I did playing Zork back in the day, that old school fantasy feel, And it's a neat one. Let's get some tits in here, dog. Hell yeah. And Bakshi made a bunch of other films, and his whole thing was he liked a bit of dark comedy, I think, and pushing the envelope, I guess, with racy stuff. Kind of it seems like his whole thing was animation can be for adults, which I agree with. I've always had a problem with the idea that cartoons are for kids, and that's why a lot of people like anime so much, because there's a lot of animation coming out in Japan that is not for kids, and but Bakshi took that as I think animation is not for kids, so let's make it. I don't know. It seemed like he was trying too hard to make it extra racy, and I think that just kind of turned a lot of people off from it. If that's his thing and that's what he wanted to do, that's fine and all, but I don't know. It seemed like overcompensation to me. But he made one of his most infamous films, I think, which I have not seen, but Zed was telling me about it, is Fritz the Cat, which is I think it's X-rated, and it's about a cat. And thanks for inventing furries, Bakshi. So that was probably one of the first furry things in the world, was that movie. But it's hard to say where the furries where they got their start. Where did it all begin? So this foot would be higher than the other. Is that right? Probably. He made a couple of other movies that were I can't remember the names of them now. I'm sure Zed will want to watch them when we start doing another show we were talking about doing, where we watch movies weekly and talk about them. I got those toes backwards. He'll probably want to watch more Bakshi movies, because I think he really likes the guy. And I respect him for being able to do what he did in the time frame he did. Props to the man for that. I can't think of all the other names, but I know he did the. You've probably seen an old animated Lord of the Rings from a long time ago, and that was him. He did the first, you know, Lord of the Rings film adaptation, which was, that's kind of monumental right there. And that one wasn't all like weird furry stuff, so you can, if you if Bakshi sounds interesting, but you don't want to see X-rated furry porn from the 70s, then just go watch his Lord of the Rings adaptation, because that's not a bad movie right there. It's a piece of history. Obviously very dated at this point, but nothing wrong with that, Gotta appreciate things for, there comes a point where you gotta be like, this isn't good on the whole, but it was good for its time, which was kind of my my entire synopsis of Wizards, was that it was very good for its time, but like not my favorite movie experience, because there's so much more you can do with movies now. Obviously there were even more skilled directors, animators, whatnot back in the day, but the fact that Bakshi could do with Wizards what he did, again, in the time frame that he did, it's just neat to see. It's very interesting to see. So let's get her face. Let's draw her face. What am I gonna do about her face? Give her like some angled eyes, I guess, and big. Okay, yeah. There we go. That's cool. That's cool. I usually don't go into my sketch with this messy textured pen. I'm trying to use it again a bit more now because I like I'll probably use it for the line art to make it look a bit gritty. But I'll be much more careful with it there. Is her head a strange shape? Yeah, a bit. So let's readjust this head. I might have to transform it to, keep it consistent with the neck or something. Move it around a bit. Oh, that's not better. Let's see. Not better at all. Well, let's go back to my first one. Was it that bad? No. Hold on. So maybe it's just short. No, that wouldn't be the solution. It would be to bring the top part up. All right. Is that better? Let's see. I think that's better. Let's roll with that for now. See where it gets us. I think I made those ears too big or something. Eyes aren't looking in the right direction. I probably shouldn't spend too much time here, so I can go back and fix, everything in the line art. Clean when I clean everything up. Probably see a lot of things wrong with it then that I didn't see before. Just got some lips. I usually, I'm not the best at drawing lips. So let's... That's not so bad, right? Okay. Her eyes aren't correct. Like, they're not, like... She's doing this kind of half eye open thing all the time. Need to try to convey that a bit better. Probably just bring the top part down a bit. More of a hooded look to the eyes. Still see where I'm going with those. Yeah, and thicker eyelashes will help with that too. Yeah, that's given more of the kind of look that she's got over here, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's finish up with the hair. Just being held in by that tiara deal right there, which I'm gonna add some more detail to because it's basic shape. Probably gonna go through back and change a lot of things as I go, packing in detail with the line art. For right now, I want to change up the shape of that just a tad. So obviously keeping it the same flow, I guess. So it comes down. I'm gonna give it like maybe a comes down, and then there's one thing there, and then another thing that goes back up like that. Is that stupid looking? Perhaps. Perhaps it is. Perhaps. Okay, so let's scratch that idea, and we'll try something else. It's got a bit of a vine look to it, and she is like a fairy. So how about some leaves coming off of it? Gotta make it clear that they are leaves, though. That's not so. Maybe it is. All right, round out that helps. I think we'll come back if we still like the way that looks when we come back to it later. We'll keep it, and if we don't, we will change it. Need to get more of that, like volume out of there, like we've got in the original design. As for her wings, I think I'll draw those after I get the other characters in, so they're going behind them and not terribly like getting in the way of seeing everybody else. Just got some earrings. Make them more of a teardrop shape. Something cool like that going on in there. It's definitely not going where I had first envisioned it in my mind, but the results are not too bad so far. Probably move everything down because I think Peace is going to be taller than her just by a hair or two. Oh yeah, she's got that pearl necklace up there, so I'll add that in. She's got anklets on. I guess there's not too much I can add to her robe, you might call it. Swimsuit. So it's kind of like rolled up here. Let's keep that like. Okay, what if it connects? Like, yeah. Okay. So firstly, let's do the bottom part. Tie in here into like a ring. And that'll connect that. That'll add a bit more intrigue to the design. Just something else to draw the eye. More to digest. It's starting to. You're not going to see that anyway, though. So let's bring it out a bit here. Oh, I'm having a hard time with this one. Having a hard time with this. Picked a hell of a thing to start with. But we're gonna learn some things. By God, we are gonna learn some things. Like Avatar's nose. Probably. Definitely gonna clean that up some too when I come back to it, but I've got the idea I want to communicate in there for now. Yeah, it connects the collarbone right there with the boob. Come back. We'll flare her eyelashes out when we come back to do the line art. I don't want to get too complicated right here. Alright. Anklets should be a bit more complex than just little rings, right? So maybe. So we'll do like a number like that. Maybe that should be taller. Yeah, just a bit to match. I like the length of this one better, so I'll bring that first one out a bit longer again. And then I'll leave those like that just for now. And again, I'll put a little design in there when we come back around at the second pass. So are we finished with Eleanor for now? Nope, her necklace. Just gonna be pretty simple. I don't know, maybe I'll do something else. Maybe I'll make the big pearl in the middle, like a gemstone or something. Oh yeah, and You know what? I bet people have belly buttons. They probably do. Alright, we'll leave her as she is for now. Get some time away from looking at it. You gotta zoom out once in a while. You gotta step away from your drawing. I think it's bad to do a drawing all in one sitting, kind of, because I don't know, it's easy to become like distracted, or not exactly distracted, but yeah, that's not the right word, but like engulfed in it, I guess would be a better way of saying it. And like you can't see things like problems with your drawing until you step away from it a bit and come back to it. So that's what we're gonna do. Luckily we've got a lot of characters to go through, so let's get our layout right here. And it's important to zoom out. Don't spend too much time zoomed in either, because you can't take in the full picture, which is what your viewer will be seeing. So let's bring that down a little bit, because we're getting close to the top edge. Everybody's gonna be standing on the same plane, so we can, there we go. And we'll crop the frame as need be after we get everything laid in. So Weehawk is a little elf guardian soldier dude, and he's pretty simple too. Hopefully we can add a bit more to him. One thing I'd like to point out is his sword here. I like the concept of the sword. I know where that design is coming from. It's, you know, a leaf bladed, you know, Celtic sword. It's got the, you know, you can see that in the pommel. It's got the two big bumps in the pommel there that's supposed to look like a nutsack, and I think that's historically true. But why, if he's got a you know, like a double-edged, mostly straight-bladed weapon, why is the scabbard for a curved sword? Is that intentional? The world may never know. So Weehawk is about at a height with Avatar, right? So, God, I'm gonna sketch him on an entirely new layer and add it back down to it, in case I just need to like erase him entirely. So what's Weehawk gonna be doing? Okay, maybe, so Eleanor's facing to the right, so let's have him facing to the left to contrast that, and he'll be drawing his sword or something, or reaching for it. Okay, and we'll readjust this as we go to make it, again, because I'm having trouble scaling these guys to one another today. So having him on a whole new layer will help with that. He's probably a bit taller than Avatar anyway, so that's fine. So the lore of this movie is a little confusing insofar as Avatar, he's like an old wizard, and he appears to be a human in his old age, but when it showed him when he was young, his mother was like the queen of the fairies, and he had pointy ears when he was young, and he looked kind of like a Keebler elf, like Weehawk. So is Avatar an elf or a fairy or a human? That was never properly addressed, I don't think. He's got some like floppy sock shoes going on, but like maybe it'd be more interesting if he had pointed shoes. Probably gonna step away from this drawing. Oh yeah, in just a minute. I didn't have time to sketch everything out before we had to get down to recording, so do just a little bit more Weehawk, and then I'll step away. And then I'll be able to come back and see if, I still like any of this, whether or not this video will see the light of day. Okay, several hours and one podcast later, we're back at this. I just opened it back up again. It's many hours later. So let's see what we're looking at. Not super happy with this, actually. Eleanor, still a bit like cartoony proportions and everything compared to what I usually work with, which I meant to generally, I don't know, realify all this, but I still am to a certain degree, I suppose. So let's see, we were just working on Weehawk, and I kind of like what we got down with him so far. So let's continue with that trend. So we wanted him to be drawing his sword. So let's go ahead and sketch in, make sure we're on the Weehawk layer. Yeah. Sketch in where his sword would be. Kind of put a line right there so we can keep it all straight. Cross guard would be there. We'll detail that in a minute. Let's have his this arm coming out here to be holding the scabbard. Then his other hand will be right there on the handle. Okay. We'll go in. So let's see about his fucking face. He's got a weird face going on. I guess he's got some big eyes. Kinda. He's an angry dude. Give him those eyebrows like that. Chill. Let's chill. He's got kind of a weird nose deal going on right here. So it's kind of like it's like a small hook nose. Oh boy. I guess that looks fine, right? Shape that out a little bit more, maybe. Yeah. I hate it. But it works, I guess, right? It's accurate to the source material. So he's an elf, so he's gonna have big old fat elf ears. And only his right ear seems to be pierced. So. The nose bothers me. I'd probably change it later. Fat elf ears. And this one's pierced. Yeah. And his hair is just stupid looking, right? It's just crazy black hair, just all over the place. Just, okay. That looks fine, right? Yeah. I think that looks fine. Ugh. Oh, these proportions. Everything in my body is just reacting poorly to this. That head might be big. Yeah, I think it is. Let's grab that. Shrink it a little bit. Bit more. Yeah. Put it about where we want to have it. Right there, I guess. Alright, so he's just wearing like this weird onesie. And we gotta add details to that some kind of how. First of all, he's got some toned arms because he's a fighter, right? So, show that. He's got one button latch right there. Comes across. Maybe if we have that go down even further or something, that'll make it a bit more interesting. Maybe I want to separate his suit from his shoes. I'll probably do the same with Peace. And just for a bit of flair, let's make his shoulder thing stick out kind of like that. Adds a bit to the design. Yeah, fuck that nose. I'm gonna change that in a minute. So, sword would be, more of a Celtic sword, like we said earlier. Detail that hand, I guess, but I just kind of want to get this sketch over with so we can move on. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to make that scabbard match the kind of sword that's sitting in it. Just a bit. Just a little bit. Have the scabbard end there, so it's like he's pulling a bit of the blade out. Alright. Let's go ahead and change this nose. There we go. That's good. That's good. Still got that thing going on right there with the bridge, but that rounded bit at the ball of the nose, that helps. That helps. Alright. Nope, that looks like ass. Is that any better? Sure. Okay. Yeah, and his boots should be no longer attached to the rest of his suit. So let's give him a little. We've decided they're pointy-toed already, so they gotta match that somehow. Maybe the tops should be folded down. Yeah. Yeah. How's that look? Good. Let's put a little baldric going around his shoulder here. Something his sword can be actually hanging from. So, and you know what? The sword is too long. He's wielding a short sword. There we go. And we'll probably scoot him in a little bit closer, but we'll get everybody sketched in before we adjust their choreography. Okay. Boots like that. Okay, maybe give him a little belt going on right here. Oh, excuse me. Okay. There we go. There's Weehawk. So, now we're going to sketch in Peace. Who is going to be taller than everybody else. So, let's zoom out a bit so we can make sure we do that. Again, I'll probably just rescale him later, but let's see what we can do based on right now. So, God, his suit's all one piece too, and I don't think I like that super much. That's not my thing. So, he'll probably just be standing there because he's kind of like a weird robot dude. Is he a robot? They never really explained it. This movie, you know, he's something. He's definitely something, that piece. So, yeah, just give him like a standing straight on. It's a bit boring, but it's you know, it works, right? It's kind of, he's robotic, he's boring. Standing, put his gun in his hands. So, yeah, this gun is crazy, like weird. So, let's see. Let's do a whole new layer even to try adding in the gun. So, I'd be holding it like right where the stomach would be, where the handle is. So we got that going on. Okay, I'm just gonna BS this gun design like they did. No offense. Okay. Kind of like it's coming in right there. Okay, coming back from right here. Follow that for the barrel. We'll just add in like a little ridge here to give it more detail. Not basing it on any specific gun. Just like it's a future blaster, man. Alright, what's on the barrel? That's a bit odd. I guess it's just a widened barrel is what it's supposed to look like, and then with the front sight. Okay. Front sight right there. And yeah, okay, so it's got a front sight and then a scope. Well, in some drawings it does. Alright, so put a scope right here, I guess. Put that up on little stands. And then the stock. Gotta add a stock onto that. Sure, whatever. Oh, it's got a, okay, yeah, so he holds it like it's a foregrip, but I think it's just a magazine. No, because it's a bolt action. I guess it's a bolt action, but I mean it can still have a extended magazine. But the shoulder sling is attached to it. That's odd. That's very odd. So I'm just gonna draw in a magazine right here, and just have him holding it right there. The other hand's gonna be right here, and so his arm would be coming down. He's got the stock tucked under it. His feet's all right. Yeah, I guess that one's gonna go behind avatars. Draw it in anyway, so it's on a different layer. And then let's go into detail some things real quick. So he's got his hood here and his weird antenna. So let's make his hood like a separate part from the suit. We're going to separate a lot of things here. So hood, it's like contained thing coming up out of whatever else he's going to be wearing. So I guess, no, fuck that. We'll just, okay, we'll just have it like a regular hood, and then for the mouth covering part, we'll put like a scarf under it or something. Yeah. That's interesting. It's a far cry from the original. I'm probably going to change this one the most. And I'll still give him his weird little spaceman antenna, I guess. That's how the evil wizard controls him or something. I don't know. Okay. In his suit, he's got like, God, these things on his shoulders, I can't decide if they were trying to make those shoulder pads or like epaulets. So let's give him just like a jacket. It's probably going to be buttoned up here. Yeah. Okay, and we'll make those epaulets. This is crazy looking. I don't. This is insane. Okay, so. Did I start a whole new layer for this? I did. How about that? How does that look? Interesting to say the least, I think. Okay. Just give him like his boots are gonna come up like, you know, he's got like riding boots on, so they got that big knee guard piece. Yeah, so that's cool. And we'll make him a bit coming out more like that, like in the original. And all right, we'll make those like ridged in the line art. I don't like that jacket as much as I thought I would. Let's make that maybe. it's all in the face. Maybe we're changing the face too much to like keep the same look about him. His eyes are given that shape by like the hood coming down. This is a weird one. This is a weird one to translate. That's crazy. This guy's crazy looking. Alright, maybe his head's too tall. Maybe that's what it is. Bring his head down. Is that the problem? I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you. Alright. I am not much caring for this. Yeah, he looks ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So he's still got his epaulets, his shoulders. He's got his chest pockets. Okay. Alright, do we want to have anything coming down the middle here to like partition that or something? Maybe. Let's try giving him like baggy pants tucked into his riding boots. That doesn't look too bad. His head still does, but whatever. Bring this part. What the hell did I just do? Okay. Just gonna move him so his foot's colliding too much with the avatar. Or we could move that whole leg back so it's actually angled away from us. That would work. Go ahead and merge those layers together. I think we've done all I need to with them. Okay, so let's angle this leg back here. So maybe I'll add a bit more dynamicism to his pose as well. It looks retarded. Okay. That works. That works fine, right? Yeah. Yeah, that works just fine. Give him a belt right here. His head still bugs me. Maybe we should go ahead and have that steep effect like that. Fuck this, man. Alright. Then it like comes down and flares back out. Right. Flares back out like that. I hate this one. Oh, fuck it. Let's move him. Let's move him around a little bit. Zoom out. That's our lineup. That sucks. Let's move him. Maybe, yeah, bring him up a little bit. And that'll help with that back leg. I am so lost on this drawing. It's been forever, and I really tried to jump back into the fray with something way outside of my comfort zone. Okay. That looks better. Alright, so is this our cast? Because I don't want to spend any more time on this. Yes, it is. So let's combine these all into one sketch layer. Clear that off. We'll use that for our line art. Alright, and I guess I can scoot this over right here. Because we shouldn't be needing it for a while now, maybe just for colors later. But so we're going to turn our sketch layer blue, lower the opacity a little bit, and come in and do lines on top of it. Let's start with Avatar. So we're going to use our same old textured pen. Do I want to make it a different size, or do I like that size? Maybe that would work better. Yeah, sure. Okay. Start with his big old nose right here. Right. Frayed out tobacco ash at the end. Cool. Oh, cool. All right. His tired old wizard eyes. So the line art can be kind of a boring stage of drawing because you're kind of just drawing on top of what you've drawn before, which is why I try not to put in, I mean, like more detail than is necessary in the sketch. I did put in a lot this time around because I'm just kind of lost on this drawing, but that's fine. Coloring is going to be, I'm going to have to do it a lot by hand because I'm doing a messy, gritty look for the line art this time, which I had been doing much cleaner line art with a different pen that wasn't so gritty looking. So I'm going to have to go in and do a lot of coloring by hand, but that'll be fine. Maybe I'll speed through that, actually. Let's make it more like that. Silly detail. Yeah, it is. Maybe we'll have those stripes extend on the rest of his hat, though, just to add something to it. So he's got big old ears here. Actually, let's do the beard first, because it's in front of the ears. His mustache finished up. Okay, that's cool. Like the mustache side over here where he's got his cigar in is like pushed up. I guess I did that sort of subconsciously, but I am glad I did. So you figure things out like that out, I guess you start doing them without noticing it, right? Okay. No, he's got a curl right here. Yeah, the sketch is so dirty. It's hard to read, kinda. All right, now the ears. That. All right. Some detail in there. Okay. Does that work? Sure. Good enough. I'm going to call that good enough. Turn the sketch off, see how that's going. I like the look of it. I like it a lot. Yes, I do. Alright. Yep. Remember to turn your sketch off once in a while to see how the line art's reading by itself. Well, I started drawing Eleanor there. It's not her turn yet, but we'll finish what we started here, and then we'll go back to Avatar. Oh yeah, because the arm's on top of the hat. That's why I started doing it. Okay. 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 Just finish up the forearm there. Alright, now back down to the hat. Yeah, maybe have these stripes from the forefront continue. Just to give the design a little bit more to look at, you know, more to digest. I think I said that phrase earlier, but more to digest. might get in the way of Peace's hand later, but we'll just erase it if it does. Sure, whatever. Alright. Now down to his hands, which are in gloves. Give his fingers a bit of detail. Alright. Oh yeah, no, because that arm is coming up. The bit of glove is peeking out of there. Yeah, cool. Yeah, okay, stitch those on. Keeps the raggedy kind of look going. Alright. Hell yeah. Okay. Yep, maybe drawing in real time and trying to talk the whole time is not a good idea, especially after taking an hours-long break. The whole day has gone by at this point, and I am wiped out. But this show is called Drawlk, so I have to draw and I have to talk. So, try to keep got nothing else to say, I guess, because I'm focusing on the work, so there's only so much to say about it as I do it. I had done this before, and I kept myself talking when I streamed myself doing this a couple of times. I tried doing that, and I called it I called it Sad Boy Hours, and because I was feeling like melancholy at the time, and I recorded it in the middle of the night, and I was like, I wanted to do it in a video format, but my girlfriend was being into streaming at the time, and like that was going well for her. I was like, yeah, maybe streaming is the way to go. So I streamed it, and thankfully nobody was there. But I saved the second one. I saved the video file to like upload to YouTube later, and I never did. But I kept myself talking the whole time basically. But I talked about suicide, so I thought maybe nobody would want to hear that. I had a lot to say on the topic. Still kind of want to get that message out there, but just, maybe at a better time. I had just done it because I saw one of I think his name was Ronnie from the Game Theorist. I had just saw that news as I sat down to stream, and wanted to say something about it because I thought the video Matt Pat put out was a little bit strange. So, excuse me. People are texting me, man. don't you text me with important stuff? I only picked my phone up because I looked like something important. Apologies. So we're almost done with Avatar's line art. Actually, this is going pretty smooth, pretty quickly. Now that we've got all the sketch lined out. Just the only issue is there's not too much to say about it as I go through this. Really deviating from my style a lot on this one, but I'm having fun doing it, I think. So yeah. Except with this guy. Fuck this whole drawing. Fuck that whole drawing. Maybe I can just cut Peace out. Fuck him. Fuck Peace. How's that look? Looks alright. Nothing left but his big fat ugly club feet. So bulbous ankle bones here. Yeah, bring that down a little bit. All right, cool. Cool and cool. This toe over here is bigger than that other one, so I'll scale it down to match so I don't have to go back and redraw that one. There we go. That's about right. If they're a little off, I really don't even care. As long as it's not a stupid amount. Is that it? There we go. There's Avatar and a forearm. Not so bad. Not so bad at all, I think. Now let's move on to Eleanor, since we started doing her arm. So, come up and start at the face. Spent too much time on the eyes, getting them right in this sketch. Should have left it up to the line art. So I'll try to keep true to them, but I might just end up wrecking it. All right. Turn that around. Be easier to do it from this angle. Still not super easy. One of these days I'm gonna get a touchscreen tablet because you learn to live with it and you learn how to
how to work with it for the most part, but you never truly adjust to the disconnect between yourself and the drawing when you work with a regular drawing tablet. You never really get used to it. Those eyes look pretty alright. Let's add the eyelashes, because she's got some eyelashes, yeah? I think she had some long lashes. She do. She do. Yeah. Alright. So. Go. Lower lashes down here. People neglect the lower lashes. I like to make sure to include them. Hooded eyelids. Make sure you get that look she's making. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Hard part's over. On the face, anyway. Oh, maybe this is the hard part, actually. Yep, it is. Let's see what we can do about it. Maybe if it's more of a gradual thing like that, or no? Shit. Okay, yeah, let's do the mouth, then we'll add the lip on underneath. Shit. That looks alright. Lips are weird and difficult to draw. The end. Thank you for coming, everybody. Okay, so yeah, this tiara thing. Tiara, whatever. I guess the amount of detail I added into it's enough. Maybe we'll make it like ridged. Like that. Ridged down the middle. That'll add something. That was all good except for the end there. So just erase that. You know, I'm going to turn off the anti-aliasing on my eraser because I don't have any anti-aliasing on my pen, which I probably should. I had it for something else. It just kept these settings, but we are too far gone to turn back now. Alright, and we added in these little leaves. See, do I still like those? Yeah, those are fine. Maybe we'll add a couple of berries or something too. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's the ticket. Alright. Make the leaf under here smaller. Yeah, How about that? Alright. That's all it was missing. Alright. Here, should we add even more volume coming out? Yeah, we should. There we go. There it is. There's the answer. Alright. Yeah, you can see right here there's like a weird, and right here a fade effect where it's like the lines were so sharp but the eraser leaves the edges soft, so I'm glad I picked that out when I did before it became a problem. Don't know if I'm gonna fill the hair in pitch black or if I should do a bit of a lighter color so you can still see the lines underneath it. I'll decide that after we get the general lines I'll put in. Okay, she's got ears. You can't really see her ears in the movie, so I don't know if they would be round or pointed because she's a fairy. So is Avatar apparently, though, I guess. There's so many things to guess about in the movie, but not like in a good way. So there's some things to leave hanging and some things not to, you know. So we recorded an episode about food today, which was just kind of a whatever. It was alright. It's a fun time. But yeah, Zed picked next week's topic for the main podcast, and it's gonna be he wants the topic to be constructing like a narrative arc, like a contained narrative arc. So that'll be cool. It'll be a bit of writer talk. If you want to hear a bit about that, be on the lookout for the next episode, or hopefully that I get this video out before that is. Hope to God. Playing around with time slots right now, so I'm not sure which day of the week what show is going to be going up. Because right now the Claptrap podcast is going up on Fridays. We're doing it on Saturdays, but apparently we recently learned that is just, you will get 0 views if you upload on Saturdays, and we're like, oops, we've been doing it forever. So apparently you have to upload on weekdays, like all the time. Like uploading on Saturday or Sunday will kill like your view intake. I guess people are out doing things on those days. So it's like the afternoon on weekdays is when you get all your views. Not that we are getting views still, but hopefully we'll get some soon. Hopefully doing some fan art will be a good way to network when you start getting the word out there, but don't want to talk about too much boring behind the curtain stuff. Alright, I'm glad I fluffed that hair out some more. That added a lot to it, I think. Yeah, that looks good. Are those eyes okay? I could change them up a little bit and make them a bit better, but that's fine. That looks fine. So now we're moving on down. Oh yeah, so the centerpiece of the necklace here, I talked about making it like a gemstone maybe. Just add a bit of design flair. Maybe it'll be blue to contrast with all the gold. Alright. But I'm not even on the coloring phase right now, so we'll just remember that and add all that in coloring. Right. Size of the ring right there. Cool. That was the chair. If the mic picked that up, that was the chair. And if it didn't, never mind. It was the chair, though. The next one might not be. Yeah, add a bit more shape to the arm there. That's good. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay. Actually, maybe that elbow's coming too far down. As a matter of fact, it definitely was. Comparable to the rest of the arm. Maybe it still is a little bit, but whatever. That looks good, I think. So. Alright. Some boob. Some boob, please. Mm-hmm. Kind of looks like Avatar's looking up at her tits, actually, isn't he? That's fine. This still makes sense. Yeah, have that like that, and then the collarbone. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Yeah. Do I want to put that line in there? No. Maybe? No. See how it works without it. So, this part's coming down. Gotta say, I'm digging this outfit. We should bring this this style back. Bring it back. If there was a point in time, I don't think this was an outfit that was ever worn by anybody. But it's never too late. Never too late. All right. I get the feeling that Control-Z sound is super loud, and if it is, I apologize immensely. Okay. First time I'm recording this, though. So if there are problems, let me know in the comments, and also let me know if you like watching the show or listening to it, putting it on in the background, whatever. If you do, I'll do another one. I'll take your complaints in, and I'll improve for the next episode. Also, let me know if there's anything specific you'd like to see me draw. That ear's kind of turned to the side, so yeah, you'd see it like that. Alright. Dope. Shit, fucked it up. I need a new keyboard is all it is. It's like the keyboard is creaking. That's my fingers creaking now. Hand's starting to get cramped up. Oh, we've been at this for a minute though. But I'd say we're about halfway done. Maybe more. Coloring should go faster. Oh, that's looking pretty good. Alright. Hell yeah. Alright, let's get back into it. Start ironing this out pretty fast. Yeah, wrap it up soon. No. Wrong button. Does that work? No. No, it doesn't. Okay. We tried and we failed. We'll move on. Okay, yeah, so now for the bottom part. That might be incorrect. Hold on. Yep, it was. It might still be incorrect. Shit. That looks fine. Whatever. So I guess it's like the cloth here is like twisted. Is what I was trying to convey. I don't think I said that. That's the way it looks in the reference, at least right here. Not right here, but like I figured it would be better to continue that trend. Alright. Much of a difference where hip becomes a leg. I'm gonna do this line 800 times. No, that one looks alright. See if I can continue it from there. There. Okay, there it is. I think that's it. accentuate the knee enough in that bit though, so let's put that in. Top curve of the leg. Brought that up too high, didn't I? All right. All right. We are moving right along, making all kinds of progress on this drawing. Not the strongest start to the series if I am going to continue to do this, but I am not too disappointed with the results that I am getting so far. If you are, please let me know. I will, criticisms are welcome as long as you're not a douchebag about it. Like, just be chill. Oh yeah, I guess when I left, I was starting to talk about artists who don't want to experiment outside their style. And that's bogus, dude. You should very much broaden your horizons if you want to grow as an artist. People don't heckle artists about it if they don't want to. Then whatever, they won't learn and grow. But that's if that's their choice, then whatever. But artists who refuse to learn and grow don't complain when you suck later. Because yes, bad art is real. I guess you could say unskilled art is real. What determines good and bad? I guess, yeah, it's all subjective, but fuck you. If all art was good, why the hell would we spend our whole lives learning how to do it? I think there's bad art, especially when it's, character art, I guess. Like, you got to whatever. If you don't want to grow, that's your thing. In that same vein, right now is October, and which is Inktober in the artist's world, of course. And I guess for anybody watching who doesn't know what Inktober is, most people watching this probably are artists or know about art, like to consume it online, so you've likely heard of Inktober, but I'll explain it shortly. It is a 30-day challenge, 31-day challenge, I guess it would be, in the month of October, where every day there's like an official prompt by the guy who started the Inktober challenge, who puts out the prompts every year. But other people make their own prompts, which is, I'll address that in a moment. But the idea is to do an ink drawing every day for the entire month of October, to draw traditionally with ink. And I did not participate this year because I just don't have time for it, but I love working with pens and ink, so I do. It's my thing, and so many other artists' thing, and it's a good excuse to break out a sketchbook and some pens when we end up working digitally so much these days, I think. So, but there's a lot of fucking people mad about it online who want Inktober to become like Drawtober or anything else. And it's like, why do we keep calling it Inktober? Because digital art is just as good. And those are the same people who don't want to go outside their comfort zone. Digital art is very valid. I'm doing it right now. Look at me. But, it's Inktober is for people who want to work traditionally in ink. And it is a challenge to push yourself outside of your comfort zone if you've been working digital for too long. And people are like trying to change Inktober to Drawtober, and they like are getting mad about it. And it's insane. And it's like, if you don't want to do Inktober, then just don't. Just if you want to do another challenge, then make another challenge.
but I guess it comes from people wanting to be included, right? It's that whole participation trophy thing or whatever, right? Wanting to like change challenges to suit you and be easier, which is flies in the face of what a challenge is, I think. But I don't know. People want to like instill these handicaps so they can still participate, or so they can think they're still participating. But if you don't want to work in ink, you don't have to. But why do you have to be shitty to the people who are doing the challenge properly? You know, Inktober was made for a reason. And if you want to do Drawtober, then fine. Don't get mad at Inktober though. If you're not a part of it, just don't be a part of it, and you can move on with your life. You don't have to be a part of everything. And if you want to be a part of something, just be a part of it without trying to rewrite it to, bend to your will. I did not participate in Inktober this year, and I just didn't say anything about it. Just like, I'm just not doing it this year. And I was still able to sleep at night, oddly enough. And I was like, I didn't feel the need to rewrite it into Do Nothing Tober. Actually, can we make Inktober Do Nothing Tober? Because doing nothing is valid art too. Like, which is not on the same level. That's a joke, of course, but because in those other challenges people want to do, they still would be doing art every day, and that's a valid challenge. But just make a different challenge instead of rewriting this one, so you can be involved in something that you are not involved in. Stop. It's invasive and childish. So fuck off. It's good to push yourself outside of your comfort zones, and if you don't want to, just shut up and don't be a dick about it. Okay. Almost done with Eleanor. Still haven't decided if I'm going to kick Peace out of the lineup yet. He wasn't that. He wasn't that integral, I guess. Was he dead at the end of the movie? Spoilers. He might have been dead. Can't remember, so. I think he was dead. I think he was dead, though. So, maybe he should be dead here, because look, this is hideous. This redesign is my worst. I might just make it these three. I really thought my piece redesign was going to be great. I was like, oh, that's going to be the one. That's going to be so cool. I guess I just wasn't feeling it today. I don't know. I should probably, if I'm going to do that, I should definitely scoot Weehawk in closer. Oh, excuse me. Damn. I don't know if you guys heard that. We recorded that food episode and I hadn't eaten all day. I forgot to eat. I got up late because there was a Halloween party last night. I think I talked about this on the other podcast, but I'll tell the story again just so I can keep talking right now. But there was a Halloween party last night, so that wiped me quite a bit. So went to bed. Didn't get out of bed until like 10 till 3 in the afternoon. And B was at work, and I was like, oh god, I wanted to record Drawlk today, and I've only got so much time before we start the Claptrap podcast recording. So the first thing, we were out of coffee, and so I ran down, bought a cup of coffee, come straight home, start recording Drawlk. Only get so far into that until we have to record the other podcast. We talk about food for an hour, and I'm like, I'm ordering a pizza. So now my stomach is kind of torn up after the pizza. It's a bad idea. No,
She's got one more hand. One more hand. Okay. All right, that looks good. That looks good. I was gonna add a design to those anklets, wasn't I? So it may be something to match the tiara up there, something a little bit like that. Leaflet. Yeah, there we go. Not bad. Not bad. All right. That'll be simple. That's enough. Anything else I was gonna add a design onto the earrings maybe, but I'm working with too broad of a pen for that, and I don't want to change my line thickness. There we go. That's enough. Sometimes it's just a little bit of detail can take you a whole way. A long way, rather. It can take you a whole way. The whole way down the hallway. And that... Excuse me? Okay, there's a glitch. That looks good. Oh, still got to do her wings, don't I? Okay. After we get Weehawk done... Oh, we've got to scoot him in, don't we? He's got to come in a little bit. All right. Let's go ahead and move him closer. Maybe up a little bit. Oh, I'm transforming the wrong layer. Okay. I really hate my piece redesign. Is it worth the time to redraw it? Or should I just cut it out? Let me know in the comments down below where it's already too late. I'll have to make a decision soon though. So let's get started on Weehawk here. We'll start with the eyes. These are the Caldwell. These are my eyebrows. This is the way I usually draw eyebrows. I like to draw angry dudes with the big arch eyebrows. This is like a kind of a calling card of my style, I guess you could say. Yeah, a little arched nose. Okay, cool. Looking like a Keebler elf. Perfect. His eyes are just black in the movie, so what color should they be? Probably gonna end up being brown or something. That's too much. There we go. Yeah. Alright. Let's draw the hair first now. Okay, yeah. Get that to line up with the eyebrows if we can at this point. Perfect. Perfect. Maybe have that, yeah, I like that. No? Yes. Yeah, there it is. There's the ticket. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe. There we go. That's it. That's the one right there. But they're not connected. Fuck. That's good enough. Yeah, it looks like shit, but it's good enough. Alright, so now the face. Let's bring that face back in. Yeah, that added a lot to it. I forgot I was recording for a second there. Maybe talking to myself will become therapeutic if I can. I don't know. I shouldn't forget that there's a camera, or not a camera, a microphone, because I need to be entertaining. This is for the people. Just drawing and talking. Talking to yourself can be very therapeutic as long as you don't get crazy about it. I used to do it all the time. That's something I shouldn't say. No, it's fine. It's fine. I used to talk to myself all the time. It was a good way to get my thoughts in order. Nobody's around. I don't do it as much these days, but I would just talk to myself. Try to, helps me think about things, I guess. I do suppose it can be unhealthy, though, if you get too, if you get too in your head. It's important not to get too in your head, and when you do get in your head, you gotta find your peace in your head. You gotta get out of it once in a while. Go out and do something. I don't want to draw this motherfucker. I don't want to draw. There we go. That's more dynamic, maybe. All right. Yeah, that one looks fine. All right. Give him his hoop earring here real quick. Be simpler than Eleanor's because he is not a princess. So a regular old earring will be good for him. Doesn't line up there. There we go. I'm getting it. We are getting it. That looks all right. He looks stupid in the sketch. I think he looks all right now. Once we get him in, we'll add Eleanor's wings while we still contemplate whether or not I'm gonna draw a piece again. Whose name was Necron99 initially, so I think that's a pretty robot name. He's probably a robot. Avatar, yeah, he reprogrammed him or something, or freed him from brainwashing. But I think they used the word reprogrammed because they couldn't decide if he was a robot or something. So. And named him Peace, leaves it into hopes that he will one day bring it. Like I said, this is a B movie. It's an interesting one, though. It's an interesting one. animated, so that's something. I like animation. God, are those arms two-toned? No, I guess it works. Oh yeah, and he's got his baldric here for his sword. So it'll be wider up at the shoulder strap. Because I like that look. Alright, yeah, cool. Oh yeah, we still have to detail his hand and the sword. Great. I should have done that in the sketch, but I was just tired of sketching, so see if we can draw it in easily right now. Don't try this at home, kids. Or do, I'm not your dad. Does that look alright? Yeah. How many times have I asked myself that question over the course of this video? A few, I think, right? Yeah, so he had like a nutsack pommel on his sword. So let's go in here, let's draw us up a little nutsack. Try to detail a little bit. You know what? Alright, let's angle that so it's about vertical. Let's go over here to our tools, pick out our symmetrical ruler with two sides. We're going to bring that down like that. And we're going to use that to make sure we keep things symmetrical, so whatever we draw on one side will appear on the other. There's this nutsack pommel. Oh, it's going to bleed through right there, so I'll do that small detail in a moment. Just kind of bullshitting the design here, give it that little like Irish thing that would be cut out on the cross guards of like the Irish swords, but put it on the nuts of the pommel here. Now if I do that, it'll look like a face. A little something right there, maybe. Whatever, it's fine. Okay. I think it just had like a straight fucking crossguard like that, but that's boring and it doesn't go with the Celtic look of this sword, so we'll give it this upswept pommel. And we'll add like a little round bit up here maybe to like to match the pommel. Should it have a blade collar? European swords did not usually have blade collars. So, put that in like that. And this is where the scabbard starts. So, we come right down the middle here, like that. Central ridge. It always comes out a bit thicker because we're working with the symmetry tool, but that'll be fine. Alright. Oops. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess this will have that, Eleanor's leg going behind the scabbard there. And we'll just erase what goes under his hand in a second. After we erase Eleanor's leg, the symmetry tool is only working for the pen, not the eraser, so probably a setting for that, I just don't know it. So let's cap the end of the scabbard here, I think it had like a couple of like little rivets running up it or something. That's interesting. It's an interesting look. We'll put another one here on the collar of the scabbard. And that's see, simple yet elegant. Dope. So now we'll go to our layer settings here on this layer, and we will what are we gonna do? No, oh yeah. Click here on the ruler and we'll delete the ruler. And now we are no longer bound by its symmetrical rules. Okay. So now let's have that baldric come down. And we can finish up his outfits. These are partway hidden by that baldric, but that's fine. No problem there. He is a swole little dude. He is a swole little dude. Avatar is not. Well, I guess he's sort of swole, actually. In a dwarf kind of way. He's not a dwarf, again. I think he's a fairy, but, like, he looks like a fucking dwarf. Again, this movie is odd, and its world building is not the best. Its story, just even, honestly, it's not the best out there, but there was just something so charming about it. Especially about, like, the way it looked, that I just wanted to draw fan art of it. And I don't usually do fan art, so there's something to it, you know. It's got a certain kind of charm. It's got a certain charm. Bring that chest out a little bit. There you go. 'Cause he's a swole boy. There you go. Just a bit. Just a bit. All right. He's got his belt on under there. It's kind of too much going on for me to even show too much detail about what's going on behind the belt. But we'll try to show. Oh yeah, we need to. Yeah, put in those little handle details right here as best we can before we move on. Before I forget about it. Erase a bit right there. Okay. Try to communicate that it's a ring belt under there with that weird tie. I think that's not going to be communicated very well because if there's so much going on right in this area, you're not going to see what's happening. We'll still have that bit of the belt hanging down right here. That'll communicate the idea. That's not lined up properly. Okay. And we'll cap that with a little bit of metal. There we go. Alright. And now his hand. The hand holding the scabbard. So, maybe this isn't great. His thumb would come up behind it there. This isn't gonna look super great. It never does, but one finger coming out more than the others. That looks terrible. I need to figure out how to do this properly. Let's see. That's not so bad for now. This looks broken up here though. Move that butt out of the way. again. That's decent. That's decent, yeah. Not the best, but I think the word I would use to describe that would be decent. Alright. Little cock bulge right there. Does he have a cock bulge? Well, let's go to the reference sheet. No? No cock bulge. Alright, kid, sorry. No cock bulge for you? A little bit of a cock bulge. Got some toned legs too. He's just all around toned little fighter dude. It's interesting to see elves that are like these, you know, little German Keebler elf dudes instead of the Nordic Tolkien tall, graceful elves. That's, you know, always interesting to see, because the Tolkien elves are so saturating the fantasy market right now, but that's been a problem since Tolkien created them, or, you know, created his rendition of them, because they are from Norse mythology. But everybody just picked up the Tolkien thing and ran with it. Even I've got, you know, Tolkien style elves in my writing, but I try to do something different with it, because a lot of my writing was conceived when I was younger, and tried to keep fairly true to the, you know, what I wrote back then, but, you know, reworking it to be better. Okay, he's got his little curly boots there. Alright. Oh yeah. Alright. Got this little part crisscrossing right here, which matches what's going on his shirt. Turn down tops of the boots. And the line art for Weehawk is now... Hold on. Spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. Far too soon. Okay, now I believe... Spoke too soon, hold on. There we go. And now I believe the line art for Weehawk is complete. So, turn off the sketch layer, look at our lineup so far. This looks like a pretty complete piece, just with these three. We don't need peace. We do need Eleanor's wings, though. So, see what her wings are shaped like. Okay. Let's go ahead, make us a whole new layer for that. Just draw in an easy little shape. They're coming from behind her hair. That wouldn't be correct. I could see why they ended up drawing it that way, though. Should I do the same? No. No, I shouldn't. So we'll go ahead and just draw those in. Should be a simple shape. Alright, one ridge there, then another. Follow that out here, then another ridge. Follow that back up to the back. When we color that in, we'll make it transparent so that the color of her hair shows through. These wings are not quite big enough to fly with, maybe, but you know what? She doesn't fly in the movie, does she? Maybe the wings are just decorative. Alright, I'm too far away. Let's get back in there. There we go. Perfect. That out a little bit right there. Okay. Now the bottom part of the wings. Have that like overlapping, I guess. No? Maybe. Sure, yeah. That looks fine. So I guess now we ought to combine that all into the same layer, maybe. Let's take another quick look at it and see if we did a good job. Put those on the same layer, and I'll color everything all as one. I'll have to put the wing colors on a different layer so I can change their opacity. Yeah. Oh, yep. Gotta erase that first. Anything else I'm missing? Sure hope not, because here we go. Merge. He's still, you know what? He's not, I hate him. He's not, he doesn't get in the drawing. He doesn't get in the drawing. Fuck you, piece. Would it make it a more complete piece? Yes. Art piece, because I fucking designed this lineup in my head with him in mind? Yeah. I guess Eleanor works as like a center, makes it central, all. So, crop this canvas down to be just about that big. Just about. Instagram square size. Alright, cool. So, nothing left to do now but color it. So let's take our wand tool, see if we shouldn't have too many big holes in our, oops. Got my area scaling turned into the negative. Let's put that back into the positives. We don't have any holes in our line art for the selection to bleed through as we go through here. Not seeing it get in anywhere. Okay. I'll select the wings too, because I have to do that on another layer. That's a different thing. So we're not going to select the wings for our current coloring. What the hell? Shouldn't be a hole there. Whatever. Anything I'm missing? anything at all? Don't believe so, but if there is, we'll fix it again. So we'll turn that selection inside out. So now we're selecting everything we didn't select before, which is the inside of the figures. And on a new layer, we'll fill that in with gray. Usually work with gray for this. Alright, and you can see there are a few places where the selection bled through or that I didn't get. So we'll just go ahead and fill those in by hand now. Alright, anything? Yeah, right here. Move this over to the side so we can see what we're doing better. Probably going to need to look at it here in a second to get the colors right, but I think I got them. Oh, missed a spot there too. Alright. Bled through just a little bit in a couple of places where the lines aren't totally connected. That will happen. Only takes a minute to go through and clean up those little holes. Still much faster than coloring it all in by hand. And there's a spot that we missed. Anything else? Okay. Alright, I guess we're ready. So, this is going to be our base for the colors. So I'll name this layer as we do. Color base. And a layer above that is going to be our colors. In our layer settings, we're going to clip that to the lower layer. And what that does is that lets us stay inside the lines. So now I don't have to select anything, and if I draw on the color layer, it won't go outside what's on the color base layer. Whatever's down there, you know, it won't let it outside this solid, whatever I've put on my base layer, as long as it's clipped to it. Okay, so start with, we could just color pick right from here. So, Avatar and Eleanor are both pale. He's got a bit more of a pink complexion, I guess. So let's go ahead and let's color pick that pink. And is it too pink? Because it's from like a weird movie cell. Maybe not. Let's bring it up just a little bit. Alright. Then we'll go in and we'll color in. Let's use the texture pen again, so we still get that gritty look. Where the colors will inevitably bleed over, because I'm gonna be a little bit messy with this maybe, because I think that will add to the look of the piece on the whole. Oh wait, here's a piece of base I gotta erase, hiding from me. Almost got away, didn't you? Not today. Not today, asshole. Alright, back to this. And, yeah, we'll just go ahead and do it like that, and when we come back over with the other things, we'll line that back out. his legs as well. Yeah, see, so I can go over outside of the lines, but as long as, you know, it's not gonna let it show where anywhere that gray is not. Alright. And he's wearing gloves, so you can't see his hands. So that should be all the skin on Avatar. And he's wearing like a green robe. We'll color pick that green again. Bring it back to center so I can fucking keep him where we can see him right here. Come back over here now. That green looks alright, maybe bring it out of the blue a little bit. A lot out of the blue, actually. Yeah, okay. Desaturate it, maybe. Maybe back into the blue a little bit. Maybe I brought it too far. Alright. Yeah, we'll make that that secondary green on him instead of a bright lime green like that. We'll make it the warmer of the two green colors, probably. 15 is probably a good size. There we go. And he's got like yellow eyes. What's up with that? What's going on with that? Make him a bit less yellow. More of a white. Because Eleanor's got whites in the whites of her eyes, so I don't know what that's all about. Alright. I'll have to adjust that orange as well, I imagine. His beard. And there we go. Fill that now. Yeah. Cool. Those colors look alright. They're kind of desaturated and a bit more boring maybe, but I like the look of it. So, okay, let's take this pink and we'll make it a bit deeper and redder for his nose. Deeper. Or no, pinker. Just I'll bring that down just a little bit. There it is. All right, how should I? There we go, like that. Right? Yeah, sure. Alright, not looking too bad so far. Alright, color pick this green out. Because his robe will be the same color. Those lines are probably close enough for me to select them right here. Oops. Alright. There we go. There we go. Oh, starting to lag a little bit. Hope the recording is still going on. Seems like it's still working just fine. I might change the lines on his nose. That's odd now that I look at it, but we'll come back to that in a minute. So, back to the texture pen. Color the rest of that beard. This is the meticulous part. I think I said line art was the meticulous part, but no, you can choose to change things and add a bit of flair in there. Sometimes you can in coloring too, but not as much, so the job gets progressively more boring as you go along. Alright, so take this green, bring it into the warm spectrum and lighten it a little bit. Maybe not that much. That'll be our secondary green for the star and the vest here. That's pretty messy. This pen though, it just, it goes all over the place, but it adds to the look, I think. It adds to the look. Bleed in a glove because we're gonna have to color that in a minute, so that's fine. Fix it there. Okay. Oh, right in the star, and I guess the stripes will be the same color as well. That shouldn't look too bad. Okay, so now we need a brown color, and then I'll go get for his eyes, cigar, gloves, and pants. So, a bit of a lighter orangey brown, not too orangey though. There we go, a good ship brown. It should be darker for his eyes. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Actually, maybe they all shouldn't be the same brown because the cigar should be a lighter color. Okay. The label here, like an off-white and a gray for the ash, obviously. I'm really losing energy here, and I'm sorry about that.
I can hear it, and I just don't know what to do for you. I'm sorry. Other than wrap this up quickly. Let's fix this while we're up here. No, let's make the lines smaller than that. Alright, dope. These colors go together pretty well. He looks odd with them, though. Once we put colors to him, he looks a bit... It's like something was lost. The drawing lost some kind of character along the way. Hard to say what I could do to fix that, though. It's probably not much. Alright, so we'll take this brown color here. We'll make that paler or something, yeah. And that'll go on the gloves and pants. Yep. Fuck, no. Do that part by hand. Alright, this pen we had huge. There we go. Alright. Fix that, fill in the parts we missed. Got just his design, just all this green and brown and orange. It's just weird. Excuse me. It's just an odd design, but we're done with it, and I think it looks pretty decent. So now moving right down the line to Eleanor. Let's see. Color pick this skin tone. Bring it back over. And we will just start by filling it all in with that. Because that's mostly what we're going to be seeing. Oh, that's too dark. Oh yeah, because we raised his up a little bit. So compared to his, it would be too dark if we just keep it the same. There we go. There we go. That translates. Alright, so let's go ahead and just fill it all in. Come in and do that part carefully in a second. Alright, bring this brush back down to size. Those particles were huge. Okay. Be real careful here. Damn it. Well, it wasn't enough, was it? Damn it. Yeah, because the particles fucking fly everywhere. Alright. Those skin tones compare to each other like they did. Properly, I think. So. Oh. Missed the spot there. Okay. And we'll select this off-white. And we'll use reusing colors is something I do a lot. It's very helpful, I think. We'll use that in here. Almost looks gray, but it'll read as white compared to all the other colors. The way a color reads is the most important part. I'm going to be a little bit messy. It's okay if it bleeds over a little bit. With this gritty aesthetic we got going on here. Lots of white. Alright. That looks pretty alright. I think that's all the white pieces. Oh, except her eyes. Go ahead and pick that white. We'll use it in her eyes. Maybe it is darker than I thought. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I think it's alright. And now we need kind of a bronzy gold color. So bring this into the orange area. Brownish gold. Further into yellow. There we go. That'll do. Actually, maybe I should do the hair first. I'll go ahead and put it down here so I can pick it up again later. Alright. And then we'll pick a black color for the hair. Maybe something with just a hint of blue or purple in it. That works. That works fine. Yeah, that works great actually, I think. Let's select these lines and see if we can, how much of that we can do without having to do anything. Drawing is such a time-consuming thing to do, so saving time, or rather finding time-saving methods is very important. Alright. Fill that in. There we go. Alright, yeah. That's pretty much all of the work done for us. You can see a couple of places we need to fix. Right. Right here was the big one. Okay. Here's a little one. That's fine. A couple of pixels here and there. Alright. Pick back up our gold color, which, now that I'm looking at it, might be too deep. It stands out, but that's not such a bad thing, maybe. Come back up here. Fill the rest of our gold pieces. Which will be our rings right here. Something we added to the design. This is going to be a long fucking video. A long video. Hope people are down for that. The little parts that are going to be holding this blue gem we invented. The earrings, obviously. And that blue gem will also go with her eyes. I believe they are blue. Oh yeah, and a red for the lips. Oh, and the teeth need to be colored white. So I'll do that in a moment. We'll need to pick a background color which isn't true white, so to help this this grayish color read as white better. Alright, pick that gold back up now as we move up to the tiara. Oh, and kind of a purple eyeshadow thing, I think. Shit, stay in the lines. At least for the most part. Usually don't make it look so gritty like this, so maybe I'm just being a bit OCD and I need to get over myself. Can't help it. Can't help it.
guess they'd be the same pale blue as the wings. So go down here. Something like that. It's got a bit of sea green in it. Just a bit. And now, very pale purple for the eyeshadow. If I even want to include that bit. Yeah, sure. It's a bit gaudy looking, but it's alright. Alright. Now instead of making the pupils black, I'll do that thing where we just take this color and we make it deeper and darker. Use that. It's more dynamic looking. And then we take a paler version of it. And that'll become our shine. And let's put that over here so we can see it on both eyes. That's an interesting look. Alright, now we need that red for the lips. Drag that back around. No, it's got to be deeper than that. There we go. Not so bright as it is in the reference. There we go. Just trying to get this part exact. It's very... Yeah. Alright. Okay, so now we'll take this blue. Maybe we'll drag it more into the blue area. Deep. Make it more saturated. That'll be our gem color. And maybe bring it back up a little bit into the icy area. Yeah. Okay. Maybe got some light effects going on in here. So yeah, bring it more into the blue for the shadowy parts of it. Then a few shinos. Yeah, just like that. There we go. That looks good. Adds just a little something that wasn't there on the initial, just regular pearl necklace. Okay, so she's done except for the wings, but we'll do those after we do Weehawk, who's got a darker, more like olive skin thing going on. God, those are two different colors in those references. They just went crazy with the colors in this movie. Okay. So we're going to color pick this one and then again lighten and desaturate it. Bring it back over here, see how we like it, compare it to these, see if they translate to each other the way they did in the movie. Yeah, guess they do. Yeah, that works. Okay. So let's go ahead and color in a lot of Weehawk with this as well. Areas we'll be seeing it up here, down here, and I think that's it. Yeah, alright. He's got the same color hair as Eleanor. So let's select the hair areas. Again, save some time. We will have to go back in though. Anything else black on him? I don't know. I'll probably make that trim on his, make that trim on his outfit gold. Okay, colors, back to the pen, big pen. Yeah. Okay, pick our textured pen back up. Cool. And he's got the same weird yellow eyes
So I'm going to take this white yellow that I put on Avatar, give him the same treatment. Probably give him the same brown as Avatar 2. And I'm really sorry this video is boring. It's not super engaging, but maybe it'll make for good background noise. Something to play on the TV while you're doing something else. I'll try to come to the table with something to talk about next time. Alright, cool. Again, deeper version of that for the pupils. Paler version for the shine, and we'll drag it into the yellow too, make that a bit more interesting. Yeah. Alright, now it's got to be consistent with hers, so I'll leave it over there. A couple of little, not up there, down here. There we go. That's cool looking. Alright, so let's color pick this red. Let's see how that red translates. I think it's besides Eleanor's lips, that'll be the only piece of red over here. Yep. So, select everything to save time. Go back in, no, that's the belt. Go back in and fix it up. I'm glad I decided not to do peace because this would have taken forever. That's a good color already. Didn't have to change it at all. Looks bright, but it works. Okay, let's take that leather color from here. Use that for the baldric and the sheath. And his sword and all the metal pieces are more of an iron steel color than gold. This should be red. This video is going to be very long. Next time I'll do something a bit more simple to keep it at a digestible level. Because even as background noise, who's got this much time to have something playing in the background? Alright. Oh, his belt's coming down here too. Oh, and these were meant to be holes, so. Just before I forget, I'll do that. And my base color is too light. You know, it's a good color for the blade, but not for the rest. So I'll make it the color of the blade. Okay. And then I'll make it a bit darker gray for everything else. Okay. After 1 a.m. Great. Nobody's gonna watch this video. What am I doing? Okay. Oh yeah, forgot to color in the
scabbard there. The brown. So I'll do that real quick. Alright. Pick our gray back up. Those rivets on there. Okay, it's a good thing that color's already there so that holes can show through. Ah, fuck. Alright. Alright, I'll just fix that real quick. And what else? His boots. His little booties. Okay. Oh, and the end of the belt there. Okay, so I'll take that brown, make the boots that color. And the trim, and his earring. And then Eleanor's wings should be the final step. Hope stream or the recording is still working. Yes. Okay. Awesome. All right. Grab that gold color. Use that for the belt buckle. Trim on the shirt and the earring. Didn't add too much detail, just added enough. A little bit will take you a long way. I think I said that 8 times already. I'm running in circles here because it's the middle of the night. I swear next time I'll come to the table with like a topic in mind to talk about. Maybe 5. Yeah, let's lessen that a little bit. Yeah. Alright, get in there. Okay, I think we're done with him. Done with her. So, now the wings. So we're going to make a brand new layer. Come on now. There we go. And we'll just call it wings. Alright. So on the line art layer, we'll select all the areas where the wings should. Crap. Alright, well, we'll fill in that real quick so we don't make Avatar's ear blue. Okay. Let's try that again. Select all the areas where there will be wing. Over the hair. And here too. Not there, I guess. Actually, yeah. Whatever, I'll just fix it later. Yeah, I'll just fix it later. So, take this blue from her eyes. Drag it more into the blue area. Fill all this space in with that color on the wing layer. Oh, missed the spot. I'll get that in a second. Back to the wand. Select that. Wings, pen. Ta-da. Okay. Then this place where it bled over into the hand, we'll erase that real quick. Okay. Then I think she had like dots on her wings, right? Yeah. So just take this blue color, drag it towards purple, a bit deeper, use some big dots. About like that, yeah. Okay, then we'll take the wing layer and we will lower the opacity down to 50% maybe. All right, and there we have it. So let's go ahead and get rid of these references. That's a pretty complete piece right there. Took for hell and ever to do, but turned out pretty well. Turned out pretty well. Sans one character, but that's fine. That's fine. So now we gotta pick a color for the background, which should be what? Like a dull purple, like a rosy gray. No, not rosy, but like a gray purple. Is that interesting at all? Maybe not. Oh shit, I see a piece of the wing layer that didn't work out. We'll fix that in a second. Ah, too bright. Too bright. How about more in the orange sphere? Nope. I guess that's gonna work just fine. That or white would have been fine. Maybe white would be better. Let's fix this wing. Let's fix this wing. Bring the opacity back up. Select that color again, so we can select the right color instead of the dull color, because that'll end up looking weird. Okay. Or no, I don't want to color over that. I want to erase it because this is not the color layer. Okay. Back down to 50%. Perfect. All right, there we have it, boys. Now where to sign it? Where to sign it? Oh, there's a piece of wing. Okay. Now where to sign it? How about on Weehawk's sword? I'll leave a little maker's mark at the base of the blade. Zoom out, see if that's noticeable. Well, fuck, it's upside down. Gotta leave it so it's like visible. Yeah, maybe that's too out in the open, I don't know. Because that's kind of like a focal point. Fuck it, I'll do it on the end of the scabbard then. There we go. Signed. Done. So here it is. Fan art of Wizards. The main 3 characters of Wizards. Not the main 4 characters of Wizards, the 3 main. Because Peace was arguably the least important character of the main 4. So these guys can still be considered their own Trinity team. So I'm exhausted, and I hope you like it. Like, comment, subscribe, smash that motherfucking like button, all that gay shit. Thanks for watching.